People think there's one reality, but there's loads of them all snaking off like roots, and what we do on one path affects what happens on other paths. Time is a construct. People think you can't go back and change things, but you can. That's what flashbacks are. They're invitations to go back and make different choices. When you make a decision, you think it's you doing it, but it's not. It's the spirit out there that's connected to our world that decides what we do, and we just have to go along for the ride. Mirrors let you move through time. The government monitors people. They pay people to pretend to be your relatives, and they put drugs in your food, and they film you. There's messages in every game, like Pac-Man. Do you know what PAC stands for? PAC, Program and Control. He's Program and Control Man. The whole thing's a metaphor. He thinks he's got free will, but really, he's trapped in a maze, in a system. All he can do is consume. He's pursued by demons that are probably just in his own head. And even if he does manage to escape by slipping out one side of the maze, what happens? He comes right back in the other side. People think it's a happy game. It's not a happy game. It's a fucking nightmare world. And the worst thing is, it's real and we live in it. It's all code. If you listen closely, you can hear the numbers. There's a cosmic flowchart that dictates where you can and where you can't go. I've given you the knowledge. I've set you free.
The one I use, I believe.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah, go for it, brother.
All right, I'm gonna have you verify your full mailing address that we have on file and your date of birth.
All right. The mailing address I use is lifewithmikey@gmail.com, and the date of birth allegedly is 12/12/1994.
1990 what?
94.
Okay. And when I said the address, I mean the mailing address.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
It's the address I use is 561 West Channel Island Boulevard, Apartment 4.
All right, city, state, and zip.
Oxnard, California, 93033.
All right, thank you very much. I do want to let you know before we get started, if your account is currently past due, this will be an attempt to collect the debt, and any information obtained will be used for that purpose. So we did send you a settlement offer. Let me see what it was. Did it tell you how much it was for?
Allegedly, it says 178 or 133.55 or something like that.
Yeah, 178.07 was your balance.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you had a. Oh, okay, so what's alleged about it?
Well, who's making the claim, brother? John.
It's Bank of America. It was a fully secured credit card that you signed up for. When you put $300 in it, it charged off in January 31st, 2019 for $478.07. We applied the $300 that you put on for the fully secured card, and then you still owe the $178.07.
Well, I believe there may be a mistake, brother. When can I speak to Bank of America to renegotiate those terms and conditions?
You are speaking to Bank of America. What is?
I was led to believe I was speaking to John Mason.
I just told you when I answered the phone. Thank you for calling Bank of America Recovery Department. My name is John Manson, and that's what I said. So you are speaking to Bank of America. So I'm trying to figure out what are we trying to accomplish today.
Well, I'm a little confused. Help me out here, brother. You say you're John Manson, but then you claim to be Bank of America. I mean, which one are you?
I am both, sir. I work for Bank of America, and my name is John Manson.
Oh, okay. So you're not both. You work for Bank of America. Is that correct?
I work for Bank of America. I represent Bank of America as we speak, and my name is John Manson.
Great, John. Hey, John. So basically, I'm just trying to call to renegotiate the terms and conditions for the one you work for, which is Bank of America. When can I speak to them?
There's no terms and conditions to even negotiate or change, because the account has been closed since January of this year.
And John, how do you know that?
I'm looking at it, sir.
Okay, can you tell her to speak up a little louder? I can't hear it.
I'm talking, and I'm listening to, and I'm looking at your account. You opened it September 28th, 2017. We closed it on January 26th, 2019.
Great. I think you guys did a great job there. Now, would it make sense if I can speak to somebody that I can talk to about this, like a supervisor or something?
Okay, so you're looking to speak to a supervisor to find out if you have to pay the balance of $178.07?
Well, if there's something due, I like to do the honorable thing and pay up. It's just a matter of speaking to the one, that I gotta pay, so I can speak to them about renegotiating.
That's me, sir.
Wait a minute, brother.
That's me.
Are you the claimant? Are you the one claiming I owe you something?
Sir, you owe the Bank of America. So if you want to pay on the balance, I'm the one that helps you make the payment.
Well, I'd like to
if you don't want to pay the balance, so.
Well, I believe like I told you, John, I like to do the honorable thing, and if there's something due to somebody, I like to pay them up directly. It's just a matter of speaking to them. So when can I speak to them to renegotiate the terms and conditions here? Do you know who I can get a hold of?
There's nobody else to get a hold of, sir.
So are you?
There's no terms and conditions that you need to exchange. You agreed to those terms and conditions when you opened it 2 years ago.
Okay, well, so you're telling me that I'm never going to be able to speak to somebody to renegotiate the terms and conditions? Is that what you're telling me?
Only if you open up a new account. We have nothing to discuss but trying to take care of the balance, trying to sell the account, because we're not even asking for the $178.07. Yeah, he sent you an email to sell the account in full for, I think you said it was $130 or something like that, right?
Allegedly, yeah. And so what I'm trying to get to is, how do I know this information is true or not until I get to speak to the one who put that stuff in the system? So if you don't understand, brother, would it make sense to get somebody that can? I believe there may be a mistake here.
What was the mistake?
Well, I mean, how would I know, that this account is true or not? Or, I mean, they say that the account is closed. I like to keep using it. Who can I speak to?
You cannot keep using it because your credit was revoked on January of 2019. Mm-hmm. So it's been closed.
And do you know who?
So if you would like a new account, you can definitely apply for one. We don't stop you from doing that.
Well, I believe this account is closed, right? You said this account was closed?
It is.
Well, would it make sense that I keep using it unless somebody claims otherwise?
If it's closed, sir, you cannot use it.
How do you know that?
Didn't you try to go to the grocery store back in April, and when you called us about the account not being open, you called us in April about it on the 5th.
How do you know that?
I'm looking at the notes. We notate every account, sir.
Oh, so great. So you guys got that on note. Great. So would it make sense I get to speak to somebody that can, somebody out there that can, help me out here? Because I believe there may be some improprieties in this account, brother.
So are you claiming fraud on the account, sir?
Is that what it sounds like to you?
No, because if you would apply for a fraud on the account, you haven't yet to dispute any balance. You have yet to decide which balance or what transaction happened that was not you. And even if that was the case, you only have a certain amount of time to even apply for a fraudulent charge. Well, the account's been closed for 6 months.
Yeah, and I believe there may be a mistake. I also misplaced my card. I believe I need a new one out here. Do you know somebody?
Okay, sounds good.
Do you know somebody that?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you over to the fraud department and see if they can put that in there for you. Okay.
If that helps out, brother, that's the right thing to do. I believe that's the right thing to do.
I'm only doing that because you say that you didn't make the charges or you're alleging that you don't owe the balance.
When did I say that?
So if you.
When did I say that? Didn't I just tell you that I want to do the honorable thing, and if there's something due, I want to renegotiate the terms and conditions with the one who's making the claim? I mean, if you're not the one making the claim, brother, I mean, can you get me to somebody that is making the claim so I can talk to them?
Okay. So I want to make sure we're straight. You said the first thing you said when you got on the phone is that you allegedly owe $178.07, and then you said 5 minutes later, I'm going to do the honorable thing and take care of it, right?
Right, to speak to them directly. If there's something due. If there's something due, I said.
There is something due, sir.
And I believe the reason I say allegedly is, how do you know that until you get to speak to the one who put it in the system, brother? I mean, how do I know that is true or not until I get to speak to, the one who put it in the system? I mean.
So the best thing that I can do, if you don't believe that is true, I can send you a debt owed letter in the mail.
Well, how about this, brother?
If you don't believe that that's true,
how about this,
brother? That's it. That's the only thing I can do.
If you can't find the one who's making the claim, right? Because you're based on your testimony, I'm led to believe you're not the one making the claim here, and Bank of America is making the claim, so I'm told. And I like to do the honorable thing and take care of it with the one I'm in so-called business with. So unless anybody wants
that's with Bank of America, right?
Allegedly, that's what the contract I was told that I was with.
Okay, so if it's with Bank of America, I work with Bank of America. I am in the collections department working for Bank of America. We sent you a settlement offer to resolve the balance, and that's the reason why you called the number that was on the email to resolve the balance from Bank of America. Bank of America is stating that you owe them $178.07. We're selling the account for less than what's owed.
Okay, so you're telling me that that's what Bank of America told you, right?
That's what's on your account, sir. I don't know what else you want me to say. Well, you owe the money. If you don't want to pay the money, that's fine. If you don't want to pay on the settlement, that's fine. But it is going to be reported as so.
Okay, brother. Hey, I just want to know: are you accepting liability, or are you gonna take me to the supervisor, or who am I gonna speak to? I mean, somebody there is.
There's nobody else to speak to, sir. If what are you disputing the balance, or you claiming there was a fraudulent activity? You're going to have to pick out which one. Do you want to take care of the settlement? If you don't want to take care of the settlement, you want to dispute it. You have to go on the avenue. So I want to make sure we're on the same page of what you're trying to accomplish today.
Here's the thing, brother. I don't recall. I failed to recall in offering with Bank of America. I just see these letters or whatever. But I want to speak to them directly. Firsthand. I want some firsthand knowledge in the matter, brother. And basically, if you can't find Bank of America, like you're saying that that nobody's gonna step up forward, would it make sense, brother, to put the account under cease and desist and keep the account current, so one can keep using it?
No. Cease and desist, sir, means that we don't call you or contact you about your debt. That's what that means.
Well, would it make sense until you speak to Bank of America to do that? I
work for Bank of America, sir. What?
So are you the supervisor here? Is that what you're telling me?
Okay, let me get you with different supervisors. You continue to ask for one. I'm trying to help you because I don't want to just waste your time, because your time is valuable for a person that's going to tell you the same thing that I'm telling you.
Yeah, somebody else can understand here because I want to do the honorable thing.
Okay.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
All right, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Gene?
Hello?
Gene?
I've been on to answer who's this?
Sir, you still there?
Who's this? Hello?
My name is John.
Okay, I'll take it from here. I'll take it from here, Jonathan. Thank you. Hello, John? Or is it Gene? Amador?
That's the name I've been on to use, brother. And
okay.
who am I speaking to?
My name is Mark Sanchez.
Okay.
And you're requesting to speak with the manager, is that correct?
Yes. Is that you?
Yes, that would be me. What is it that I can assist you with today, sir?
Hey, Mark. So I basically spoke to, I believe, Mr. John Mason was his name. And I was
correct.
I was trying to, come to a meeting of the minds with him to understand, what this so-called offer, alleged offer was. And I like to basically, talk to the one who's making that claim that there's an offer so we can renegotiate the terms and conditions here. Can you hook me up with that person, or would that be you?
Okay, what type of offer were you speaking about, sir? Because without me knowing what that offer was, there's nobody else to transfer you to.
Do you need the alleged account number?
Well, I have the account number that my representative already was speaking to you about, which is ending in 6354.
I believe that's the one, right? And basically what I'm trying to come down to is some offer of 133 or something. Someone's claiming some payment or something like that. Is that what you have there?
Okay, well, again, without us having that offer and who it was from, there's really nobody else that I'm going to be or anybody else to be transferring to. As far as settling the balance, no, that wouldn't be something that we would be considering at this point.
Okay, well, basically, I believe I called a while ago also, and I believe I misplaced the card I'm using, forgot about this alleged account. And so basically, I like to keep, if there's nobody, nobody can step forward or make a claim otherwise or has any evidence otherwise, would it make sense that I keep using this account, brother? Until somebody steps up forward and denies access to it?
No, that account's no longer valid, so you wouldn't be able to use it any longer.
And why is that, brother?
That account's been closed because of how far it actually went past due. So it went 3 payments past due before we blocked and sent that account really to our recovery side. At this point, that's where that balance is owed.
Well, I believe there may be some improprieties in the account. And I like to do the right thing here, brother. And basically, are you the one making the claim, or is Bank of America making the claim?
Well, that's where I'm letting you know that we're requesting the balance in full at this point, which is $178.07.
Now, when you say we, are you speaking about you, or are you talking about Bank of America?
We is Bank of America.
Okay, and when can I speak to Bank of America to get that first-hand testimony of whatever you just said right now?
You're getting that right now. You're speaking with Bank of America right now.
Well, I was led to believe I was speaking to Mark Sanchez. I'm confused. You help me out.
Correct. And this is Bank of America.
Okay, so you're claiming to be Bank of America, or you're claiming to be Mark Sanchez?
Sir, this is not helping the conversation, and it's not going in a positive direction.
Well, I just want
to. So, if you would like to continue this conversation, I'm not going to. Sir, that's an invalid, really, explanation that you're asking for.
So you're telling me I'm never going to be able.
You're speaking to a manager with Bank of America. I represent Bank of America. Okay. There is no one person that is named Bank of America.
Great.
I think that goes without saying.
Great. So would it make sense, brother, if there's nobody out there making a claim to Bank of America, would it make sense?
The name's Mark.
Great. Would it make sense to put this account under cease and desist until somebody steps up forward and makes a claim otherwise? So we can.
A claim to what, sir, if I can ask?
Well, supposedly something's owed, right?
There is. And we've already sent you notifications letting you know that this balance is due.
And I believe there may be a mistake, and I'm here calling you right now, right, brother?
Okay, so the name's Mark again, but if you'd like to claim that this account was never opened or requested by you, then I can go ahead and get you over to our claims department. You can file a claim with them saying that this is not your account. Okay. You never requested it, and you never utilized it. And then we will go ahead and report our part of that investigation and find out who was actually charged on the card and, move forward, obviously, with that claim at that point.
Well, I believe there may be a mistake.
If you're saying that you've never utilized this card,
right?
Is that what you're saying right now? I want to confirm it.
When did I ever say that? I believe, again, if something's due, brother, I like to take care of it.
I'm asking you.
Go ahead.
I'm asking you. This is something that the last time that it was utilized, this was October of last year. So it was less than a year ago, so I'm going to go ahead and ask you again because I don't want to assume anything. I want to confirm with you. Are you saying that you've never utilized this card?
Is that what it sounded like to you, brother?
Again, the name is Mark, but I'm asking you. I don't want to assume anything.
Okay, well, are you assuming that's what you believe? Or, could it be that I'm just trying to do the honorable thing and pay, the one who's claiming there's something due? Can you guys hear me?
Sir. Okay, sir, if you're trying to do the right thing and pay something that is due, then that's already been addressed since the beginning of this conversation when I let you know the amount that's due by you.
Well, I was led to believe you.
Now, continue with this conversation is to say that you're asking to speak with somebody that can say that this balance is due because you do not know whether or not this is your account. So instead of assuming that you want to file a fraud claim, I'm asking you. Are you saying that this account was never opened by you and never utilized by you?
Well, I believe I allegedly used those accounts, brother. That's the account I used. But like I said, if somebody's claiming, that there's something due, I like to take care of it right away. It's just a matter of speaking with them. Can I speak to them, or
okay.
Is somebody gonna interfere in this business?
That's me.
So
that's me. I'm letting you know that the balance is due.
Okay, so that's you, Mark. So you're telling me you're the one that I owe allegedly?
No, this is a balance that's held by Bank of America.
Okay.
And I've already addressed that. There's not one person named Bank of America that you're going to speak to.
Okay. So
there's representatives, employees of Bank of America, which is who you've been speaking with. And we are all being consistent and letting you know that this balance is due by you.
Okay, and how do you know that? How do you know? Do you know me? You keep saying you. You talking to me? How do you know that?
Sir,
I know that?
I've already asked you, and you've refused to answer that question.
No, are you just going based on what the computer's telling you, brother?
Again, the name is Mark.
Oh, Mark.
So let me go ahead, and I'm going to ask you again. Are you saying that you've never utilized this account? It is either a yes or no answer.
Well,
either yes, you have used this account, or no, you've never heard of this account.
Well, how do you want me to answer that until I get some clarification? Could it be that's why I'm asking you? And I'm telling you, could it be that I am the one that uses those alleged accounts, and I want to do the honorable thing? And if somebody's claiming that there's some sort of payment due, I like to take care of it, brother. It's just a matter of speaking with them. Is that a hard thing to do?
You're speaking with that person right now, and you were speaking with my representative, who is again a representative of Bank of America, just before me.
Now, is there okay?
And we are all making you aware that this balance is owed by you.
Okay, again,
so I'm finding it hard to understand what exactly you're asking for clarification on.
Well, based on what evidence are you relying on, brother, Mark?
Well, that's actually the evidence I'm trying to get from you, but you're refusing to answer that question.
Am I refusing, or am I just asking to get clarification here?
You're refusing. And I don't think that you're directly refusing. You're refusing by answering the question with another question.
Well, how else would I know?
You will not give me a direct answer.
Brother.
Well, you would know that by the answer of that question. Well, if you did not use the card, then that answers that question. You don't know where this card came from or this balance came from. But if you know that this card was used by you, which is less than a year ago, then there's nothing further to dispute. It's a balance that's owed by you.
Well, there's nothing. I believe there's nothing to dispute here. Until somebody steps up forward and claims that there's some type of. Mark, you're not claiming here personally that I owe you that, right?
Okay. So what I will do is I'll go ahead and note that at this point you do not want to take care of this balance that we're making you aware of, and that until somebody comes forward, one person comes forward, not a company, and lets you know exactly how you utilize this, I guess you're going to not take care of this at this point.
Well, hey, brother, who am I to argue
So
with you?
we're not being productive whatsoever by going around in circles. So I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, sir.
Well,
I will just note what you're.
Are you gonna assume liability here, Mark? Because why are you bringing all that stuff up? Who's going around in circles? Could it be you're the one going around in circles, and I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this?
No, we are assuming that this is your balance. That is correct.
Okay, so you know what they say about assumptions, right? I mean, if you're prepared to go under penalty of perjury and you testify with, then would it make sense?
You verified that we have the correct address. You verified that we have the correct social, the correct date of birth. So by our information that we have on file, this is a valid balance that's owed by you.
And you're not making any false claims here.
So if you'd like to present your case otherwise, it's going to be done through a third party. It's not going to be done with the Bank of America at this point.
Well, I'm not. I mean,
because we're obviously giving you the opportunity to dispute it if it is fraudulent, but you're refusing to answer that question, so we are not able to move forward at this point. You're going to have to consider a third party outside of Bank of America if you're unwilling to work with any of our representatives at this point.
Hey, brother, just again, can I get your fax number?
The name is Mark.
Okay, Mark.
But if I can ask, what would you need the fax number for, sir?
We'll begin the process of the paperwork, because I'm led to believe, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, and I believe one's impeding in commerce right here. Could it be? And I'm just trying to do the right thing, brother. So unless you're prepared to assume liability, then I would suggest
I will go ahead and provide you a written correspondence address, but I'm not going to provide you a fax number to dispute something. That's not going to be the correct process. So give me a moment here, and I'll give you the written correspondence address. You can definitely write in any request that you want at that
point. How
about
this, brother? Is there a law litigation department I can speak to about this? I mean, are you familiar with law here?
No. That wouldn't be anything that you would be doing over the phone.
Okay.
If you're going to take the legal route, then obviously you would retain an attorney, and then they would take their avenues to dispute that information.
Okay, so there's no legal.
But yeah, that wouldn't be a phone number. Okay. When it goes the legal route, it wouldn't be anything over the phone.
And you're the only one. You're the higher up there, brother. You're the bank manager.
The next level escalation above my department actually is for written correspondence also, because it would be going to the office of the president.
Okay, great.
Yeah, as far as over the phone, it would be the highest level of escalation.
That will work out, brother. Thank you, Mark.
So the correspondence address is Bank of America, and it's P.O. Box 982234, and that is in El Paso, Texas. And zip code for that is 79998.
Perfect.
Do you want to go ahead and repeat that back to me just so I can make sure we have it correct there?
Yes. It's Bank of America, P.O. Box 982234, El Paso, Texas 79998.
Perfect. Thank you. So that would be the next step at this point. If you're trying to validate something or dispute it going forward, that's going to be the route that you'll take.
All right, Mark.
Unless you're going to go through a third party and take the legal route, then they would obviously have their own avenues that they take at that point.
Yeah, nobody will want a third party now here, would they? Hey, but
Well, if it's something, it's your right. So if you feel like that this is an invalid account, that you don't agree with the charges, then that's your right. I'm not going to tell you that you can or can't do it. That is your right as a consumer. So.
Yeah. Hey, but
if you feel that's the next step that you need to take, definitely take it at that point.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be best to deal with it firsthand always, brother? Mark?
Again, we've tried to resolve that, and I'm not going to waste your time and go around in circles.
No, it's just a question.
It's clear that it's clear that none of us can clarify what you're looking for. So
that makes
at
sense.
this point, like I said, either you're going to take care of the balance that we're letting you know is due, or you're going to take another route and, resolve it that way.
You mind doing me a favor, maybe writing down a note there that I'm trying to contact the president? Or that I am?
I will go ahead and make a note of what we discussed.
Right.
And I will go ahead and make a note that I provide you the correspondence address.
Right.
But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm just going to go off of the facts that I have at hand.
Great, brother. Hey, brother. Well, I appreciate what you've done here, and well, thanks for taking the time to listen here and trying to come to a meeting of the minds. Too bad we couldn't agree on anything here, but seems you did the right thing here and try to get me to somebody higher up. Appreciate that.
All right, sir. Good luck with you.
Thank you, brother. You have a good one.
All right. Bye.